All right, so currently at the media center at Accra Sports Stadium, where we just heard from the Black Stars head coach Otuado ahead of tomorrow's Crunch World Cup qualification game against Chad at the same place. It looks like Ghanaians are quite, optimistic, and there's a bit more expectant, of the coach and then also the Black Stars. He's spoken a lot. He's given us the injury update and then what goes into selection, despite the fact that he's got 23 players available at his disposal. Quite a lot goes into it. But then also, most importantly, coming at the back of a very, very shambolic, and a dreadful AFCON qualification campaign, he has said that things are going to change a lot more. And we're still here. We'll be having the Chad press conference in the next couple of minutes. But then I have with me one media personality who is also going to talk to us and share his views with regards to what the coach just said. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Please, your name?
Yeah, Ouzo Bimpa, Ghanaian Democrat.
That's great. Now, we just listened to the head coach of the Black Stars. He sounded very confident, even considering the fact that we played 6 games in the AFCON qualifiers. We failed to win any of them. But quickly, what do you make of what Coach Otuado said? Perhaps you've also witnessed some training session. What do you find, so positive with this team?
Yeah, he spoke well, but I don't see the confidence in him. Remember, he was posed a lot of questions, and Otuado could not boldly say he has transformed the team. All what he said was that our problem was goal scoring. You remember what he said? He said they were playing better than Angola. He was saying they were playing better than other nations, but the goals were not coming. You see, I think this coach has not learned a lot from our former players like Prince Poli. He was avoiding my question anyway. I didn't have the opportunity. But Prince Poli has said that our striker is somebody like Inaki Williams. Is not a creative player, but they can make good use of him. The passes must flow to him persistently. That is why he's making good name in wherever he plays. So the coach must psych the players well, make good use of the striking force and also the defense. He never spoke about the defense. Remember against Niger, I was here and I asked the Niger coach, what do you see wrong with the Ghanaian team? You won 2-1. We lost 2-1. So the coach now addresses and said he has watched a lot of games that Ghana has played, but Ghana, anytime in the 70th minute, 71st minute, Ghana don't have strength again. And then they knew that they would get them. You remember against Nigeria also during the CHAN, also in the Akwa Ibom, the black local blasters lost 3-1. And the Nigerian coach also said the same thing, that Ghana don't have strength. So you can see even the coach himself don't have strength the way he was about. So you see, he must work on the strength of the team, and I don't think he has worked on that. The only thing that will help him is a Chad. They have a poor FIFA ranking, and they won their last match in 2015 or so. So that is the only all that can help him. But otherwise, I don't see confidence in the coach. But better luck to him. No.
I think we are winning tomorrow.
Definitely, I will not say we should lose. That's not a good thing, but they should up their game and work together, and they will win. But they should always defend their goals. As I told you, the Niger Blaster has been conceding what the AFCON. They should be defending more whenever they get the win.
Thank you very much. All right, so that was one media person we just spoke to. We'll be speaking to another one as well to take his thoughts about what Coach Otuado said not long ago. Your name, please.
I'm Delali from delsoccer.com.
Okay, you asked a question, when the floor was opened. Now, can you summarize, what your question was, and if you were also content with the response you got from Coach Otuado?
Yeah, I think there's one player in Otuado's team that we've not paid attention to, but he's very integral to Otuado's system and how he played Elisha also. Whether we like it or not, he has been a consistent player in Otuado's system. This time around, he's not there. And this is the first time Otuado is going to play an important game without him. So I asked him his absence and is it going to affect his system and how he's going to play. And he admitted that he's a very important player in his squad and how he plays. However, he's been able to find other players that are in similar profile that would help him. Maybe the other players may not, because I think the players we have may not be as defensive and will not cover enough grounds as Elisha also will do in a game. Because Otuado usually sacrifices Elisha also so that he stays and cover grounds when we are playing. I don't think the only player that comes closer may be Francis Abu Francis, but even with that, So he may be forced to even play Partey as a DM instead of he being the supporting midfielder. And it's obvious that Otuado likes to play double pivot. So that's my question, and I think he admitted that. And we are looking at how, I am personally looking at how he would map up his team with Elisha's absence, because others have also criticized that with his presence, we look more defensive rather than trying to be offensive. So maybe without him being available, he may try to be a bit more offensive. And let's see what happens, because we need to win. Like, we need to win comfortably, because this is a game that Ghanaians expect us to win.
You have been to a couple of press conferences where Otuado has been present, from the AFCON qualification where we were, shambolic and so awful. Has there anything changed with regards to his demeanor, and do you think that would also have an impact, on the team?
Yeah, I think he did. If you watch him, like, upon reflection, he's come to realize that we failed to qualify for the AFCON, and it's a big deal. I think in the heat of the moment, he didn't appreciate how big a deal is we not qualifying for the AFCON. I think upon hindsight, he's come to appreciate it more. Because you see, he apologized like more than 5 times without anybody asking him to apologize. Whilst the other time, it became nearly a fight for us to get the apology from him. So I think upon reflection, he's come to appreciate it. And also, I think he's admitting to certain things, like the technical changes. He mentioned Shefa and his experience. He also mentioned the atmosphere around the team. So, to be honest, I think upon reflection, he's learned. And I've always said that we need Otuado to learn very fast on the job, because, like it or not, he's not as experienced as other managers. So, we need him to be a fast learner so that he can be very good at the job. That will help Ghana. So I like people that learn, and he admitted that he likes to learn, and it's always important. As human beings, we make mistakes. The most important thing is learning and coming back good.
Thank you very much. All right, so that's it. We'll have a short one again with one of the experts, as far as our local game and then also the national team football is concerned. Hello, Abigail.
Hi.
I think I don't need any formal introduction, so I'm okay. But quickly, we've heard from Coach Otuado. It was a bit gloomy during the AFCON qualifiers. He admitted, he's apologized. We've all heard from him. Now we have to look forward, to the future. But do you think, with his demeanor and everything, he sounded confident enough for your liking?
Well, I think that there's a calmer, composed Otuado who is beginning to accept reality when it comes to the Ghanaian footballing environment. We have a different looking at things than I think that from the onset where he was coming from, he was finding it very difficult to accept how Ghanaians love and will do everything for football. And for him to have said he's sorry more than 3 times, I want to believe that he's assimilating everything Ghanaian football now. And for me, I've been around since Monday and I've watched them. And that demeanor is not just to Otuado. I feel that the playing body have also been able to harness something different. You can see the field joy, the way they even interact with each other has even changed. I am only waiting and hoping that tomorrow all of that will be able to translate onto the pitch to get that 3 points, to get that Ghanaian happy up and running with the Black Stars again. I am just waiting to see how whatever we've seen on the surface is put on the pitch.
Just like any other Ghanaian, I believe you are very expectant of the Black Stars. What are you expecting from them tomorrow?
3 points.
3 points.
Nothing more.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time. So, we've heard from a couple of Ghanaians, media, personalities. They've spoken a lot about what they want from Coach Otuado. From his demeanor to his delivery, what he had to say and all that. He sounded very optimistic, very confident, and he knows that whatever happened during the AFCON qualifiers, it was only a blip, and Ghanaians would have to move on from there, because he himself, he has moved on. I have another media fine gentleman here with me, and we'll be talking about Otuado. What's your name, please?
Francis.
That's okay. So I think you also asked the question, so quickly you would have to summarize your question, and if you're also content with the response from Coach Otuado.
Or I wasn't content with the answer to the question, because I asked if he has learned something from what happened in the last 4 months. I was actually expecting him to probably say, okay, this is what I have learned from the debacle of not qualifying for that. I wasn't content because he was just sort of dilly-dallying, trying to say that, okay, the minister was here, so we can't blame him for everything that happened in the last 4 months. Obviously, he needs to take some sort of responsibility for what happened, because this is a team that hasn't qualified for the AFCON for the first time in 20 years. I mean, the Black Stars failed to win at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for the first time in 24 years. These two events obviously put him in the wrong book of Ghanaians, so he needs to sort of take responsibility for what happened. But the AFCON is dead and gone. Now we need to focus on the World Cup. And I'm sure majority of Ghanaians want to go to the FIFA World Cup. Sure. This is no-brainer, because if you look at Chad, like I was telling him, that I don't remember the last time Chad won a football game. If my memory serves me right, it was way back in 2019, 6 years ago, that football country. I don't know whether they are a football country or not. But look, this is very important. He can't falter. This is absolutely important. Tomorrow's game is very, very important. I'm sure they are whipping interest for this very one. So he needs to ensure that, we pick all the maximum 3 points. Yesterday, Central African Republic also lost to Madagascar, so which puts us in a very precarious position now. So I expect him to stamp his authority on the game tomorrow.
You sound very optimistic and quite, a lot of expectations from you. But I don't think with how you're sounding and per the profile you gave, to Chad, even a 1-0 win will be enough for you. What do you think, the scoreline should be? At least, what are you expecting?
I'm not very good at scoreline or predictions, but the ultimate should be 3 points, because 3 points will probably put us in a very good position of qualifying. So the two doubleheader or the two World Cup qualifyings against Chad and Madagascar, I expect him to pick all the maximum 6 points. If we can pick the 6 points, it will boost our chances of qualifying for the FIFA World Cup next year. So I expect him to stamp his authority on the game and make sure the boys also deliver. Over the times we've talked about, player commitment, I'm sure this time around he has been able to talk to the boys, and of course they listen to him. We want to see that reflect on the pitch tomorrow when they step up against Chad.
We are qualifying, right?
That's a very difficult one, because look, if we look at our groups, there is Mali in there, there is Madagascar in there, there is Central African Republic in there. The only whipping boys in the group for me is Chad. So tomorrow, like I keep saying, that we can't, no form of excuse will be tolerated tomorrow. The ultimate should be 3 points against Chad.
Thank you very much. All right, so another Ghanaian over there. Yes, media personality though, but the expectations still remain the same. Yeah, it's still the same. It's a win. Every Ghanaian will be looking forward to a Black Stars win tomorrow against Chad. So we just heard from Coach Otuado. He's spoken at length, answered quite a number of questions with regards to player fitness, the availability of some of the players, how he intends to set up tomorrow in that game against Chad. Quite a lot he spoke about. But the main job will be tomorrow 7 p.m. at Accra Sports Stadium, where Ghanaians will be hoping that Coach Otuado will guide this team and put that awful run of results from last year behind them, and perhaps, get a win in this